What if clarity didn't come from overthinking, but from something as simple as making a cup of tea? Welcome to the slow, soulful pace, where we honor the past, live the present, and trust the becoming. For me, tea has become more than hydration. During flare-ups, when food feels impossible, tea has often become my lifeline. Across the world, tea has always been more than a drink. It's a philosophy. For Native American communities, teas made from sage, cedar, and mint were shared in ceremony, purifying and connecting spirit with earth. In Mexico, té de manzanilla, chamomile, is medicine, comfort, and care, often offered to family or guests as a gesture of love. In Asia, tea ceremonies are mindfulness in motion. Every pour and sip, a meditation, a reminder that presence is the real practice. In Persian culture, serving tea is an act of hospitality. No guest goes without it, because tea is connection and respect in a glass. Different leaves, different cups, but the same truth. Tea invites us to pause, to connect, to listen. When we make tea into a mindful ritual, it's not just about sipping. It's about creating a pause. Tea anchors us in the senses. The steam rising, the taste blooming, the warmth in our hands. It hydrates, soothing digestion, calming the nervous system. For me, it's often the only thing my gut says yes to during a flare-up. But I discovered something else. With every quiet sip, I could ask myself better questions. And that's how the self-inquiry tea ritual was born. Here's how it works. One question per cup. As the water boils, breathe with the bubbling. As the tea steeps, let your thoughts settle. Hold your cup and ask a question. What do I need most right now? What am I ready to release? Or where in my body am I feeling resistance? Sip, pause, listen. Write whatever surfaces. Don't judge it. Let the clarity steep in time, just like the tea leaves. When I say tea ritual, is the first thing you think of gossip? Spilling the tea? Because, same. Let's be real. My guilty pleasure is watching Perez Hilton on YouTube, and always with a cup of tea in hand. He's basically my tea-sipping sidekick. The universe clearly insists that the tea be both literal and metaphorical. And honestly, humans have always done this. Tea has been the backdrop for sharing stories, sometimes sacred, sometimes scandalous. It's how we laugh, connect, and process the chaos of life. But here's the twist. What if we spill the tea with ourselves? Instead of rehashing the latest gossip, we sit down with our cup and ask, all right, self, what's the real story here? Sometimes the truth we've been avoiding is the tea that needs to be spilled. And yes, sometimes it's as simple as, I need a nap. So here's my invitation to you. For the next week, try the self-inquiry tea ritual. Brew your tea. Ask one gentle question. Sip, pause, listen. Write what comes up. Then come back and share whether your clarity was a cosmic breakthrough or just the honest truth that you needed a snap. Because self-discovery doesn't always show up like lightning. Sometimes it arrives like steam rising from your cup. You don't need a mountain retreat for clarity. Just a warm cup and a curious heart. Gut-friendly food of the week. cucumbers. Cooling, hydrating, and soothing for digestion, cucumbers pair beautifully with herbal teas. I like to slice it into a glass of iced chamomile tea on hot days. It's light, calming, and one of those simple foods that my gut almost always says yes to. And before we close, here's today's affirmation. With every sip, I return to myself. I release the noise, and I trust the clarity that rises within me. Let this be your reminder that clarity doesn't have to be forced. It can be steeped slowly, sip by sip. So if you're tired of the diet culture and want food that feels like a hug, subscribe and drop a comment if your stomach has ever sent you a cease and desist.
Disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, nutritionist, or medical professional, just a human figuring things out with a sensitive gut and a lot of trial and error. Everything I share is based on my personal experience with gastroparesis and menopause, and what works for me. Please talk to your healthcare provider before making any changes to your diet or care plan.